Welcome to Yellow Room Recording Presents. I'm Peter Rodecker, and this is Nathan Brannon.
Cool. Yeah, that's right. Let's get into it, since I'm talking about my mom. You remember on, like, cold winter days when you didn't want to go outside and your mom was, like, she would take your socks and put them in the dryer to warm them up and put quarters in them and beat the shit out of you? Like 10 years later, you're like, Mom, what about the socks? And she's like, I don't remember that. You're like, I still got the quarters. And she's like, I don't even want to be here. I'm leaving this graduation. All right, well, never mind. Forget I said that. Yeah, so recently I had a birthday because I'm a motherfucking gangster. And this was one of the first years I got a cake with, like, for my birthday. It was so awesome. It said Nathan on it, happy birthday. I was so pleased with myself. I went straight home, put that cake on the kitchen counter, and did what anyone's done who's ever felt that great in their life. I went in my basement and smoked more weed than I have ever smoked in my entire life. It was disgusting how much weed I smoked. I couldn't keep my eyes open is what I'm trying to say. It was a war against my eyelids is what I'm trying to say. It's 4 against 1. That's a very valiant effort on my part. Anyway, look, I smoked that stuff, go upstairs, have to sit on the couch for a little bit because it was really good shit. Stumble into the kitchen, and at this point, had completely forgotten that I had cake. You know how awesome it is to surprise yourself with cake? I mean, like, here's my keys. Now put cake in that equation. It's the greatest thing on the planet. So I jacked off because I had earned it at that point. Had some Al Green playing, hung some stuff up, turned on some Christmas lights. It was fantastic. I didn't even eat the cake. I just smeared it all over my body. Osmosis, that's the best way to eat cake. But now it's getting to the point, you can tell I love cake without me telling you that I love cake. That's the bad part, the side effect of the whole thing. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with this sweatshirt right now. Like, it feels comfortable, but at the same time, it's like, hey, you want to see something embarrassing about Nathan? Look over there. Like, and the only reason I put it on was to hide my titties. That's it. I'm sweating up here. That's the only reason. I have to wear layers wherever I go because it's getting so terrible. Like, what do you call it? Can you call them breasts on the man? My breasts are developing is what I'm trying to say. To the point where my nipples don't even point outward anymore. They point down. And I got an any belly button, so it just looks like my midsection is afraid of heights all the time. Like, that one was for me. It's getting hard. Like, I had to unbuckle my pants to drive here today. You know, like, I don't know if anyone's been in that stage of your life, but it's I'm trying not to cuss, but I'm so upset. It's getting so hard. And now I'm getting judged not only by people, but by inanimate objects. I was eating lunch the other day. They gave me a fortune cookie with my meal. I opened it up. It just says, focus on doing better. That's it. That's all it said. That's not like a fortune, you terrible cookie. Really? You just gonna embarrass me on my lunch date? I know I'm at Panda Express. You can kiss my ass, fortune cookie. How about this, you communist ass cookie? Instead of me focusing on me, how about you focus on being a less shitty cookie? How about that? How do you taste that bad and still give me diabetes? Answer me that question. I didn't even want you. That just made me upset. Like, don't try to give me advice for it. You were free. You came with my meal. You invited yourself to this conversation. Don't try to give people advice. It's bullshit. I'll never take advice from a fortune cookie. Like, the only way that would happen is if it came from a more legitimate cookie first. You know, like an Oreo has to open up and be like, you need to pay your taxes. I'd be like, you're right, Oreo. That's a great idea. I was about to eat you before I realized it was cannibalism. Oh, yeah, no black people in the room. Whatever. Actually, black people should get more upset that I said I was an Oreo. Whatever. Look, the point is, I'm serious. I believe a fig Newton before I believe a fortune cookie. That's not even a cookie. That's just cake and fruit. At least that's useful, you know? I can do something with that. What do you got inside of you, fortune cookie? Piece of paper? I got diabetes. You gonna give me a paper cut? You want me to lose my hands? You seen black people with prosthetics? It's weird. I don't want any part of that. That's the edgiest part of my joke. It's so, like, and now it's getting to the point. My wife is trying to get in on it. Like, she doesn't want to come out and say that I'm gaining weight, but she's trying to sneak in exercise whenever she can. Like, she loves to go hiking out in the woods and stuff. She's a very outdoorsy person. That's not me, okay? I'm not outdoorsy at all. Outdoorsy for me is taking the garbage out with no shoes on, you know? Sometimes I do it when it's raining because I'm gangster as shit, but these two, like, I can't compete with her. She loves hiking so much, and I hate it. If you've never gone hiking before, just imagine all the worst parts of that movie, Homeward Bound. You know, with the dogs and the cats? Like, everything that you want to fast forward through or cry during, that's what hiking is, okay? And I don't want any part of it. My arguments never get heard. Like, woman, I'm not going in the woods to walk for no reason. And she just looks at me, and she's like, yeah, you are. And she leaves into the woods, and I have to follow her because she took her vagina with her. And I'm not just going to let that disappear into the woods. Are you serious? Worked hard for that. I'm still paying that off, technically. I'm so glad she's not in the room. She was like, I'm tired. I'm going to go for a walk. And I was like, okay, fantastic. The point is, we're out there and we're hiking, and I'm miserable. I hate it. And she loves it. She doesn't even care that I'm pissed off. That's what really upset me. So at that point, I just try to piss her off. I walk around with my hands behind my back and try to eat butterflies the whole time. That's it. I don't care how long it takes. And it pissed her off. She was like, Nathan, take this serious. And anyway, it's going to be a joke on you. Those butterflies are poisonous. They're going to give you a stomach ache. What do you think about that? That's the best argument you can come up with. I don't give a shit about that. You know what else comes out of the woods and gives me a stomach ache? Mushrooms. And those are fantastic. Matter of fact, if it wasn't for mushrooms, I wouldn't be out here trying to eat these butterflies right now. Who are you and where am I? She is, yeah, and now she wants to have kids. I think that's the reason she's trying to keep me alive. Like, she wants to just ensure that I'll be alive for the next 18 years, and then she could care less. Anyway, like, she wants to have kids, and, like, I do too. I'm not a monster, okay? Like, of course I want to have kids. It's tax season right now. You damn right I want to have kids. But hashtag black people problems. It's so weird. Like, I'm terrified to have kids just because I don't know how I'm going to explain a lot of this stuff to a kid, you know? Like, I have no idea. Like, I was reading about something the other day called Germination. I don't know if anyone's, like, if you've never heard of germination before, it's disgusting. It's gross. It's how plants have sex out in the open, in broad daylight. While you walk your kids to school, get your paper in the morning, that's what these plants are doing, on the sidewalk. And then when I try to tell people about it, they act like I'm the crazy one. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, Nathan, that's nature. It's okay. It's supposed to happen. Really? You know what would happen to me if I just started leaving my seed on car windshields and germinating in parks? It's a felony, okay? And I have to move because I'm within 3 blocks of the elementary school. It's not fair. That's messed up. I hate plants. And they disrespect the hell out of us all the time. We don't even realize it. Like right now, like when you get the sniffles and your eyes get all red, what do you think that is? That's pollen. You know what pollen is? Tree babies in your face every day. You were Nature's Money Shot every day. You're not even getting paid for it. Isn't that messed up? There's so many back payments. We should garnish the wages of plants is what I'm trying to say. I hate plants. I seriously, like everybody should. I hate anything that promotes slavery as much as plants do. That's right. I said it. Plants and slavery like this. Have you seen the way they treat honeybees? Next time you're drunk or you're high, just go out into a field and watch honeybees work. See how sad they look pollinating those asshole plants day in and day out. If you think I'm crazy, listen to them for a little bit. Try and guess if I'm a honeybee or a slave from 1610. loosen your buttholes up. That's a great damn joke. Okay? I'm not trying to set you up for something. I know the second I laugh at it, he's going to unleash a whole bunch of black people. They're going to show up out of nowhere. Get in here, guys. Oh, hashtag dreams. That's stupid. Do I have time for one more?
Sure.
Okay, so you're correct, audience. I did almost die a couple years ago. I almost went out like every gangster from the streets. I got sick. I got a stomach ache. I got this thing called ulcerative colitis. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of it. It's a terrible thing. Went to the doctor. They said, Nathan, this is terrible. We're going to have to take your large intestine out. Like your whole large intestine. I was like, are you serious? How am I supposed to live if you take my large intestine out? They said, don't worry about that. We're going to take your small intestine and make you a large intestine out of that. Really? It's that simple? This is why I knew I could never be a doctor, because I didn't know this was possible. The second I completed a surgery like that, you couldn't tell me shit as a doctor. I would just be doing outlandish surgeries just because, all the time. Look, we're going to take both your kidneys out. Don't worry, we're going to take your earlobes and reattach them back down there. Don't worry, they're the same shape. It'll be fine. You're too big on your head anyway. Look, don't argue with me. What does that plaque on the wall say? It says Portland Community College. I know what the hell I'm doing. Get the hell on the table. So it was a compelling argument. I was like, okay, I don't want to die. What do I got to do? They said, first things first, we got to give you a colonoscopy, see how bad everything is in there. And no one's had a colonoscopy. Okay, cool. Do you guys party at all? Is this as good as it gets? Well, if you've never had a colonoscopy before, it's basically where they take a camera phone and they duct tape it. Something like that, okay? They dim the lights, they start whispering to you and shit. Light some candles depending on what kind of HMO you got. I didn't get any candles. Anyway, they proceed to do some shit to you that you can't tell your parents ever. Okay? Not ever. And when I heard that, I was like, absolutely not. There's no way you're getting back there and messing up everything. It's too nice. It's untouched. It's like Narnia, okay? Only one of the few people have ever been back there, a couple branches every now and then. Other than that, it's pristine. And they looked at me and they said, Nathan, if you don't let us do this, you could die. Oh. So you threatening me now? Is that it? You want my butthole that bad? Is that what we resorted to? Well, I guess I'm just going to have to die because there's no way you're getting back there. And it's not like a homophobic thing. Like, I don't have any problem with that. I just didn't want my first time being with a dude I knew was better than me, you know? Like, he's a doctor. He's went to school for that. How am I supposed to argue with a doctor? That's too much pressure. What if I don't like it? I need to be able to hold the cards. Like, you meet a nice young man at a Sherry's or something like that. Not like at a show, like working at a Sherry's. Like, he can't pay his rent on his own is what I'm trying to say. Like, you have to chip in for him to stay in his place. That's the way you can call the shots. Like, if you don't like it, look, I don't like it. Bananas or whatever the safe word is. But not with a doctor. A doctor's gone to school for that. How am I supposed to argue? Like, a doctor could refute everything that I say just by going, shh. Just like, no, I can't. This is not the way to, shh. Yeah, you're right. So I was sitting there and I was like, no, there's no way I'm letting you get back there. And he said, all right, I guess we're going to have to throw all these drugs away. And I was like, hold on. First of all, why didn't you say drugs at the beginning? Okay? I got 15 minutes. Let's just do this. Grab some gloves. Hey, stop screaming and stuff. Just go ahead. Hey, Doc, if you find a party favor in there that says Spring Break 2006, just go ahead and leave that in there, okay? No, I'm serious. I'm the designated time capsule. I got a few more years. It's very prestigious. Oh, that was too much. All right. Yeah, I think that's good. Thank you very much. Have a good night.